Giving you all a chance to get in here. Like I said, I'm giving you all a moment to get in. I want to explain to you guys how y'all are on crack. let's keep, let's keep, let's keep mature. This is not a teasing video. Just real life sorcery. They put it on you guys. Now I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start at the 2-minute mark. If anyone has a question before I begin, ask now. And please let me know if I'm clear. Okay, I'm about to begin. When you're dealing with this new generation, as well as your commoner, this is a common civilian, you guys are not familiar with crack. You have different kinds of crack. Cocaine, crack, weed. Like I said, you have many different kinds of crack. I want to explain this to you guys. Like I always tell you guys, I was on the other ends of this. Meaning, I used to cook cocaine. So when I tell you y'all on crack, make sure you're listening. Now I'm going to explain crack. And then I'm going to explain the new marijuana concentrates that y'all smoke. This is like the wax, the crumble, and the clean stuff. Peace and wisdom off grid. Make sure y'all listening. And let y'all kids hear this. Like I said, crack is before their time. And most of you guys are common folks, so y'all ain't never made no crack. Now listen closely. I'm going to explain how crack cocaine works. And that's going to help you guys to understand how crack weed works. Now when you're dealing with any drug, you're dealing with a plant. If you're talking about heroin, you're talking about the poppy plant. Talking about cocaine, you're talking about the coca plant. Now with the coca plant, keyword plant, just leaves. The base is extracted from the coca plant. You can say the base is called cocaine, are the main ingredient of the plant. So the base is extracted from the coca plant. A solvent is used like gasoline or something to extract it. So to make it simple, you can say the plant is mixed with the gasoline or something. I'm sorry. The coca plant is mixed with gasoline or other chemicals to extract the base. This is like the main ingredient. Of course, after the process is complete, you have the powdery crystalline substance. This is cocaine. So it's extracted from the plant, the base. And then you have the after product, which is a powdery, crystalline substance. We call it cocaine. Simple thing to grasp. If you're slow, the coca plant is merged with gasoline or some other chemical to extract the base. When it dries and is completed, you have your powdery, crystalline substance. In this case, cocaine. You can sniff it, whatever. Now that cocaine can be mixed with another solvent, a chemical, another drug. In this case, baking soda. And it will make that crystalline, powdery substance bond together, becoming an oil or a rock. And this is how you make crack. But before you can make crack, you have to make coke. Coke is extracted from its plant. Weed is a plant. They extract the base from the plant. This is the THC or the CBD, the cannabis oil. They extract it using a solvent. Ethanol, let's say. So when you're dealing with the coca plant, they use gasoline. Marijuana, they use ethanol. This is how they extract the THC, which is the base or the main ingredient that they want. Upon completion, when it dries, you have the crystalline, powdery substance. In this case, THC powder. In this case, THC powder. Now that powder can be mixed with another solvent, a chemical or another drug. And the after product will be a gooey oil or a rock. And this is what y'all call marijuana concentrates. The same process to make crack is the same process to make y'all weed. That's why I say you have many different kinds of crack. You got crack cocaine. Now they're making crack weed. Soon they're going to be making crack. They probably already got crack heroin. But you get it? It's a process. Once you get to the gooey substance or the stone, you get my point? You add crack. You can say crack is not a specific drug, but it's something you can make out of a drug. Crack just being a name that was given to it by whoever, I wouldn't know. So it's a deep thing. You got a lot of drug addicts in here. I suppose those are the only people. That'll be trolling during this video. And so hopefully you guys grasp what I'm saying if you're young. These marijuana concentrates are products that truly don't have anything to do with marijuana. They have to do with the THC in the marijuana. That being your crystalline or powdery substance. And then that is mixed with the solvent. Not baking soda in this case, but something else. And the after product is oil, a gooey oil. Or a stone, like a rock. Y'all smoke crumble, which is like a rock. It looks like crack. Weed is not a rock. Weed is not even that color. Meaning if you're young, weed is that color. Google crack. Then Google whatever y'all smoke. It's clear as day. If you my age, this is not about marijuana. Marijuana is a plant. A lot of y'all too gone, I'm not speaking of the trolls. I'm speaking of, you know, you that said I no longer use marijuana. This video has nothing to do with marijuana. The marijuana products have nothing to do with marijuana. They have to do with crack. And so most of y'all are probably too cracked out to even grasp what I'm saying, but if you understand the process of what I'm saying, meaning they basically did the same thing they did with the coke, meaning taking the coke and turning it into crack. They did the same thing with weed, meaning weed is a plant. You have the coca plant. You follow? Cocaine is an after product. Weed is a plant just like the coca plant is a plant. This is both before product. The coca plant, its base is extracted using gasoline. When it dries, you get that white crystalline powder. Weed is the same. They extract the THC using ethanol. When it dries, you have your, usually white, but it can be any color the THC is. You have your powdery crystalline formula. Powdery crystalline powder. Now, you have your powder cocaine from the coca plant, and you have your powder from the marijuana plant. These things is put under heat and pressure, and a solvent is used. With the coke, baking soda. Let's say with the marijuana, alcohol. And it's heated and pressurized together, and the after product is your oil or a stone. In weed case, shatter, that's the oily weed they be smoking. Looks like crack oil. Meaning when you cooking crack, before you drop, most for the flash, drop that ice in here, because I'll shock it. I don't care. In the crack world, they say like, don't shock it. Slowly put cold water in there and stir it till, you know, it get gooey. Scoop it out that pot gooey. But how I like to do it. I like to do what they say don't, so I just drop some ice cubes in there. Get it to the wrist. Take that out, drop it on that plate. Bling, 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 bling. I say, yeah, man. It's gonna be a good be a good night, yeah? Now I'm just playing. That was the but positive what I'm talking about. I used to do this. It's the alchemy or chemistry, the sorcery. And so you can make crack out of any drug. All the drugs coming from plants. You get my point? Same with heroin. They get the poppy plant, they extract the base, or what we call the heroin, by using ether or some other chemical. And the after result is the powder. And from there they rock it up or whatever. And so you get my point? Peace and wisdom, a new hope. And so this go deep. Meaning, y'all think y'all are smoking marijuana because the THC is being separated from the plant. But THC is powder. And this got to do with psychoactive stuff, just like the cocaine is the powder, and that got to do with the psychoactive stuff. THC ain't weed. It's on it. Once it's separated from the plant, and the powder is made to a goo, which is an oil, or a stone, you know, rock, you talking crack. This is when you got to put it in a pipe and vaporize it. This is how crackheads smoke crack. They get a glass dick. That's a glass pipe. they or they been smoking crack for so long, they use what's known as a screw. The first time I seen it, I was dying laughing. I went to go serve a fiend, and he pulled this, it's like a screw, but a hollow one. And I said, it's like, this is my screw. I just started laughing at it. Yeah, he started laughing back. You know what was going on, but they light it, it sizzle, meaning the crack vaporized, kind of vapid. Screw water glass dick. Now, speed along to these times, y'all have y'all marijuana concentrates, all your marijuana products, the crack. And y'all have vape pens, which is crack pipes, but these electronic crack pipes. What's wrong has scooters. It was like a bike, it had some all of that, but you kick your feet. It go quite fast. Faster than y'all electric scooters. If you my age, you know what I'm talking about. Bicycle one, at the bicycle wheels. And like, you know, them things go fast. It's manual though, you use your leg. Now y'all have electronic scooters. You follow? And I have everything electronic. When I was growing up, you had a cigarette. Now I have an e-cigarette. This is an electronic cigarette. You plug it up and you smoke it. You might hear it say, Mom, my cigarette died. If you're from the old times, you're like. Now, when you're dealing with the electronic cigarette, you don't need a lighter because it's electronic. Fire's already included. It just need to be charged. It come with a USB and all that. The vape pens is the same thing. It's the smoking crack, weed. It's electronic crack pipe. You don't need no fire. It come with it. You just have to charge it up. Now we pulling up on the time. We gonna hear kids talking about, Mom, my crack died. Where's my charger? I need to charge my crack. Whatever y'all call y'all weed. And so do you get my Disco D? I don't know how y'all don't. A vape pen is a crack, but an electronic one. You charge it, and you put some crack in there. Weed, you can put real crack in there. I'm sure crackheads are smoking their crack and vape pens if they get money. If you're not following and you don't agree, because this is important. The kids have to grasp this. I'm saying that because y'all kids are going to be the kids. Oh, Mom, my crack died. I need to touch my crack. They're talking about their crack pen. And so, my point, some of y'all are there. Your kid died off the vape pen already. You be tweaking out off it. Lose his mind if he can't find a charge for his vape. That's crack. And so, Joseph said, is that what causes the addiction? I understand addiction is mental, but I'm speaking physical addiction. Within the substance, you have the, what are they? The little agents. The agonist and antagonist. Meaning this is science, but I'm not sure how versed you are. But within substance, drug substance, or any substance, you have the agonist and antagonist. They would bound themselves to you, your organs, your kidney, whatever. That's the physical of what causes the addiction. But addiction is just circle. You follow? Habit. And then one becoming bound to the habit. So you can look at y'all will wake up every day to work. You bound to that circle, that weekly cycle. It's a habit. Addiction is just habit. And habit is hard to break. And so try to grasp a new hope that new hopes that I look at the world we are living in, dog. My name is Mr. Sauce. Salon. Not your age, child. Now, getting hooked on things is just habit. The more you with her, you get it? The more addicted or bounded you will become because of that. The repeated cycle. Be careful with repeated cycles. It's like a circle. You bound to it. And you just get it? Be on record until you use the cycle. You know, the routine. Salam, shalom. Said you 41. Peace and love. You still younger than me, but now, if you're young, if you want to smoke marijuana, smoke plant. Of course, there's GMO in the plant. When you see the plant, all the crystals, THC is popping out. When you're dealing with drugs on a micro level, there's metals in the drugs. This is associated with your THC, crystallines. You can look this up when you get a chance. All have micro doses of meth, just like your body. You get my point? Now, they raise the metal content in the drug, meaning the GMO, the seed, to raise the metal content. This make the THC of the kind of pop. If the cap was big, it would drop on the head. Some of y'all are goofy. Be quiet. The brim is thin. Just a New York thing now. Shh. It's about wisdom. Your brain is lost on that hat. I mean, you're too immature to hear. They be the same person. Now, where was I at before the street? Threw me off for a second. Some wisdom. Remove this. But you ain't got to move your comments, you know? The hat joke was fine. He was just corrected. It's just a little news. You see a person hat sitting on their head. A hat don't just drop on your head. Common sense tell you hat. Now if you look at the brim, you see it straight. It's not as straight as I think. And I do know I can't sit it on my head. You know, it's hot. If you from New York, school them out, please. Goofy here. I don't know anything. Y'all still bend y'all's, right? Or fuck up a good hat because you want to pretend like you play baseball for real. No, cut it out. That keep it straight. Slap your mouth. Slap your mouth if I catch you trying on my hat and bending the brim. What are you doing? I was out on that beach frying. I can't get hydrated. Oh my God. Mouth dry. The sun is dangerous. I learned that the other day. Frying under it. It can take this a charger. You charge your phone too much, you can mess up charge. You sit under the sun too long, put you to sleep. Now where was that? Oh, y'all electronic crack pipes. Wasn't exactly there though, it was somewhere else. I don't remember exactly what it was. In any event, like I said, it has nothing to do. If you're young and you want to smoke marijuana, deal with the plant. Oh, I was explaining the metals. Are you awake today? Yeah, like I said, speaking of the metals, when you're dealing with the plant, they raise the THC level, metal level. The drugs, meaning even with coke, you got like fish scale, and you can see crystals pop. And that we know fish scale, fish a little more powerful than other. Fish scale more new. You get it? Like that. You could tell when the thing GMO or the content is raised in the drug because you see the crystal popping out of it. And so like I said, when you do cocaine, you got fish scale. You see the crystals pop out of it. They look like diamonds under the light. Same weed, you see the crystals popping out of it. It look like diamonds under the light. It's those crystals that speak the crack. When you use a salt, some pressure. In the case of cocaine, baking soda. But you don't have to just use baking soda. You can find another chemical. Or probably another liquid. Shit, ammonia. But you get my point? And make it gooey or rock. So it's the same. They get the crystals off it. Heat it, pressure it, probably use alcohol or something. You get water. From there, y'all blast off. Now, like I said, if you want to smoke weed, smoke the flower. Nothing that look like crack or oil. Smoke flower, but be when you're dealing with flower, like I said, they're GMO in the plant. Meaning they're raising the metal content. You see the crystals popping out of it. Be careful with that. If the THC count is too high, well, the THC got to do with the psyche. So if the THC is too high, start messing with the psyche. It don't necessarily have to be a hallucination thing. You got many aspects of your psyche. And so you get the point? Some of y'all may be suffering in other ways in the psyche. Not so much hallucinations, but just tweaking or something. I don't know. Salam. In hopes that this is some good advice. This is wisdom. This is good jewels. This is not advice. I'm explaining you what crack. Said you got many forms of crack. Crack cocaine. Now you got crack weed. And y'all on that. You my age, and you handled or sold something before, I don't see how you could not have looked at the new weed in little jars that look like crack. I don't see how none of y'all couldn't look at it and say, man, that look like crack to me. The first thing popped in my mind when I seen it. So that's how you my age and they would say, hold on, that look too close to crack. Do it. This young generation don't know nothing about crack. So to them, if they say it's a weed, it's a weed. They may go into an oil. They don't understand how. And how that process basically cracked it out. And so you get my point. I never tried it because I ain't no fucking fool. But I smoked some weed one day with a THC count was like 70. That's high. Man, I was high. I hit that shit 3 times, put it out, took a nap. Not on purpose, but woke up on fire. I didn't take a nap on purpose. I don't know what happened. I hit that thing. I said, ooh, this is. Ooh, this is hot. Woo, I'm getting hot. I thought I put it down and I didn't. I guess I passed out right there. Woke up on fire, ashes all on me. Put that thing down, took me a nap, woke up the next morning. High. I'm talking like, I just smoked a fatty. Go to sleep, wake 8 hours later, and you like, yo, I feel like I smoked a fatty. Man, that one blunt lasted me about 3 days. I knew then, I said, there's no way. That thing might have been $100 for a blunt, I don't even remember. But it was too powerful to be on the street. Nobody else probably smoked this before. Unless you smoked something that was like $100 a blunt. It was like $100 a gram. It was mostly THC. So, you know me, I think I'm tough. I said, come on now. I'll smoke that lamb spread. That's that old school Biggie Smalls weed. The old school with it. I said, man, I smoked that lamb spread. That's nothing in comparison to the weeds y'all got today. If you're wondering what's lamb spread, trash. But it gave me that, I rolled it up. Nigga couldn't get past D. A, B, C. A, B, C. Abracadabra. I couldn't remember what come after C. He said A, B, C, J, W. I was toasted. Leave that stuff alone. Smoke regular bud. It might not be as powerful as you used to. Young generation. If you might, you should be able to smoke some. Like I said, stick to the flower. Don't get carried away on the THC. Because that right there is the beginnings of the crack, you hear me? Yeah, the moon rock like the weed where they raise the THC level. That's the metal content in it. A lot of y'all probably got excess metals in the brain to make you crazy. When you're dealing with heavy metal music, they banned it. But they banned it because the heavy metal music was pushing into the brain. You know, everything started as gas already. When you look at the element chart, you might see gold and metals up on the element chart. But it's speaking of it in its gas form. That gas or air will manifest into gold. Just like hydrogen and oxygen, they're different gases or airs, but when you merge them, they manifest into water or peroxide, depending on the mixture. Meaning H2O is 2 hydrogen, 1 oxygen. Or you could say double the amount of hydrogen gas as oxygen. I fill this up with hydrogen twice and then fill it up with oxygen once. Like that. 2 parts hydrogen, 1 part oxygen. If I make it equal, half hydrogen, half oxygen, I get peroxide. It's a clear liquid too, but you get my point? The gold or the metals are like that as well. They start in their gas state. And so when you listen to the heavy metal music, over time, get it? The music is airs. That's why y'all be mindful of what y'all listen to. You're taking people's perspective into your head. In that you become indecisive, or you have a lot of arguments with yourself, with other people's faces. You get my point? Y'all argue with yourselves a lot when y'all in private. Chatter of the mind. You come from all the voices which come from people's minds. Y'all speak your mind. So when you taking somebody's voice, you taking in that person. In that, you get my point? Your mind can become overwhelmed by person or perspective. You're listening to somebody's words, you're listening to their perspective. That's what make a person, or anything a person, if they have a perspective. A cat have a perspective. A dog have a perspective. Like that. You bring in the sound of their voice, and you get my point? It's like bringing in the person. That voice or sound you bring in, it becomes person in your head. This is where you get all the mental chatter. And so, in heavy metal times, people listen to the heavy metal music, and over time, you get it? The metal contents in their brain raise from letting in the music, which is the airs of the music is the precursor to physical metal. Like the gas of it. All that zzz, and that it drive them crazy. You young, you smoking high THC count weed. Look at the crystals as metals. Over time, you're going to start losing it. Joseph said, you speak balance, and the weed is far from balance nowadays. Balance has to do with fair. Keep everything together. Balance ain't something you just say, right? Balance ain't like I said, balance means fair. And that, you get my point? The weed is not balanced. Weed ain't got nothing to do with that. Balance got to do with moral, fair, perspective being. But try to grasp. If you young and you smoke the hash oils or all of that, you want crack. And so that shit costs more than crack. Y'all gonna be sick dick. Y'all gonna be stealing and trying to sell stuff and sucking D. Weed oils and your weed rocks. You know. And so kind of grab. It's a deep thing if y'all ain't there already. I'm sure some of y'all girls out here selling that boom 99 for money a little low. You done had sex with a few niggas for some crumble, some shatter. You know, the weed concentrate. When you put it in your weed pipe, you know, electronic crack pipe, you blast it off the Scotty. And so if you're young, make sure you, and if you don't grasp something, ask before I depart. He said, I never seen a weed fiend up until this decade. I always had marijuana fiends. That's what hippies was. But you get my point? They weren't on crack. Y'all smoke weed crack, so y'all are violent and aggressive. Y'all will run up in target and just, you know, Y'all drugs are psychoactive, so y'all do things that's like completely stupid. Y'all shoot each other, then go online talking about it, but it's because y'all high. A lot of people don't realize that in the daytime. It's the same with the pharmaceuticals. Pills is imitation seeds. Of course, seeds grow into plants, and plants is where you have your medicine, your drugs, food, protein, whatever plants grow. Vitamins, meaning you have some plants that grow vitamins. Not vitamin pills, but like the orange contains vitamin C. You get my point? Pills, the seed, in that way. So the pill may be a vitamin pill, a medicine pill, or food pill of some sort. But it's an imitation, meaning it's chemicals put together to mimic the seed. The seed having a little flower in it. That's called you have the endosperm. I forget. But you have like a little flower inside the seed, the endosperm, and then the coat. Look at the endosperm like the food, and then you have the little tree or plant, which is what it's gonna grow into. Pill is a mimic of that. When y'all get sick, y'all take seeds, like if y'all understand the science. You say, I need a seed from this tree, a seed from this plant. You know, mix them together, take them. As opposed to taking the substance from the plant itself. Just take the seed. Some seeds is poisonous. But like I said, if you well versed on what I'm saying, most of y'all ain't. You well versed on listening to whatever you hear on YouTube. Now give me a moment. Big Lucia has the temple. If any of you guys want to give back, this is the time to do so. I'm a starving artist, whatever they call it. I'm back. Now, Joseph said, is the metals bad or is it too much of certain metals cause issues? Yeah, I said if you have excess metals, more than you're supposed to. Now, I made it simple for, the common person to grasp. But if you like a scientist, I could bring you through the particulars to grasp that it's crack. The same way the powder or the crystals are extracted from the coca plant, it's the same way they're extracting the crystals or the THC from the marijuana plant. And then that powder or crystal, either or, is bonded by using like a chemical, baking soda, case of coke, let's say ethanol or alcohol in the case of the THC, and it turns it into a goo or a rock. You gotta heat it and moisturize it. Meaning you gotta mix the coke baking soda and then apply heat and water to pressure. Regards to the THC powder, same thing, heat and pressure. And solvent of sort, something bonded together, make we or rock. In that, y'all weed concentrates look the same color as crack and look like crack. You're not dealing with weed. You with the crystals off the plant. The same with dealing with coke. You're dealing with the crystals coming off the coca. That's the base, the ingredient. And so, let's go try to grasp. Those of y'all that are coming here, see how the public's brain is like on the same frequency of retardation. It's unreal. I'm speaking in regards to Handy Dandy Brandy. Unless that's the same retard with a different account, but you get my point? Let's go deep. Dr. Fiction said nicotine too crazy. Anything natural is only crazy if you abuse it. A marijuana flower, even the coca plant, it's only bad if you abusing it. When you get to the processing of these things, turning it over into oils or rock, now you want a whole different sorcery. That's that Solomon magic. If Solomon is the biblical character responsible for bounding the spirits and other sorceries and magic, not just bounding the spirits or the demon, other magic as well. Solomon magic got to do with chemistry or mixing substances together, like just explain they do with the coke or the marijuana. Now I know a lot of us say bounding spirits got to do with merging substances. Solomon bound the spirits to the merging of the substances, meaning the spirits are in the ground. They have no access to physical life. They can't be accessed or reached in their realm of the dead. You can access them if you know the proper mixture of drug substances. This was called spirit summoning in the past. You get my point? Y'all don't have those recipes anymore. Those are the seals to tell the exact drugs or substances to merge together that will bring you directly to that entity. It's just proactive. No matter who takes it, they will always go to that entity. Solomon bound them to that substance or that recipe. The seal is the recipe of the substances. The deity can only be accessed if you know the recipe. So he bound them to the seal or the recipe. I don't know if it's clear to y'all. Now that same science can be used to make bombs, meaning you have your element chart. You can mix the metals together, the metal elements, and make atom bombs. This is your magic. You can mix other things together and make drugs, poisons, disease. You get my point? H1N1 is the chemical formula of the disease. R, the virus. Swine flu, I think that is. What is it called? Influenza? I forget what they call H1N1 and H1N2. But you get my point? It's to say one hydrogen atom and one nitrogen atom, but we speak in the airs, the element chart. You merge those two things together, equal parts, you can cause a person to get influenza. If you raise the nitrogen, swine flu. Same with HIV. 1 and 2. It's the recipe, the chemical formula. Hydrogen, iodine, and vanadium. Those elements merge. Remember, they're gases. This is called abracadabra magic, or spells. Making things appear out of thin air, because you're dealing with the airs. The same way you have chemistry where you can mix liquids, you have chemistry where you can mix airs. Different airs have different dew point and different temperature. Warm air meets cold air, you get liquid water. Different dew point, different temperature. This ancient chemistry, the chemistry y'all have in school curriculum. Y'all can't make no bombs and y'all can't do nothing I'm saying. Well, y'all can now that y'all heard me, but you get it? It's a deep thing. Like I said, in my lost days, I used to cook, crack, and sell it. So I know what I'm talking about. It's sorcery. I have a glass pot. That's like a crystal ball. And you already know the rest of that story. I turn powder into stone. Magic. Give it to a person, then I own them. And come back every day to buy more crack. They'll suck a dick for it. They will shoot somebody in the head for it. Can you get in the time before the only person that know how to cook up crack? You know that crystal ball magic? You turn slaves into slaves. They can't get crack nowhere. They don't have a recipe. You own them. They're zombies. Now do whatever you say, as long as you keep giving them crack, because they're addicted. It's an ancient sorcery. It's called roots. Roots have to do with the plants. And their leaves of their roots is substances. When you're dealing with the drug plants, psychedelics and all that. Roots, the mixing and merging of chemistry, alchemy, alchemy, chemistry. The same thing, just a different level. Alchemy have to do with airs, sounds, smells. Meaning if you merge sounds together, you get words. Sounds is still air. You get it? Liquid too. This is esoteric wisdom, but the right way. Y'all know it wrong, but y'all know it after it's been banned and all coded. So y'all don't know SEALs is the scientific recipe of the substances that need to be merged to access said entity. Y'all don't know the recipe to make atom bomb. How to turn a phone into a bomb by arranging the metals or adding like that. It's chemistry, magic science. That's what they called it in the past. And so you get it? They put in the alchemy of the magic science on y'all. Meaning they turned the crack, the weed into crack. The same way they turned the coke into crack. They think to clean it up a little bit. Now here we are, fast forward, they found themselves another plant and they made crack out of that. It's called marijuana plant. And y'all are running around acting crazy like crackheads. It's a deep thing. Stay away from new things they're presenting to y'all. Because soon they gonna have electronic drugs. Meaning y'all gonna smoke crack electronically or digitally somewhere. And be blasted out y'all mind. Titan Mac said chemistry was not my favorite subject. They don't teach chemistry like in school. They did, then blow each other, creating diseases and afflicting one another. That's why I was. And this was common wisdom in the old times. All y'all know this because they don't have stores. They're dealing with the resources. So if one of y'all gets sick, they know what plants and everything to merge together because it's just passed down from their mama. And that, a lot of people know the sorcery, but it's dangerous to a point where you got to do that farmers of poisonous plants. And they mix and merge the substances of the poisonous plants together to create all kind of diseases and things. Deep in plants that cause herpes now. The name of it. I'll post on the line because it's in my phone. I'm done with this video. I'll post. And so, sorcery is like the word of science. And under sorcery, you got many different aspects. Just like under science, you got many different aspects. And so, whatever y'all and y'all think, that's like they just watch things from a shallow level. How deep it go. Like I said, I'm explaining it simple so y'all can grow. I know y'all in science. But science level, I can give you all the formulas, like, but I know y'all don't understand that talk. And that ammonia NH3, that's nitrogen, one nitrogen atom and 3 hydrogen atoms, NH3. But that's just this nitrogen gas with hydrogen gas. 3 parts more hydrogen. So fill this up with hydrogen 3 times, then 1 time with... Fill this up 3 times with nitrogen, then 1 time with hydrogen. That would give you ammonia, the liquid. You get it? Fill this up with hydrogen twice, and then oxygen once. Those gases are theirs, and then you will have water. Do it of 2 parts. Fill it up once with hydrogen and once with oxygen. It will turn into peroxide, H2O2. You keep raising the amounts, it'll start to transcend over into powder. Hydrochloride. You get my point? It's a thing. They're gonna kill y'all before this is all over with, but they putting the old magic on everybody, the sorcery. Meaning they rob the people of the wisdom by making it illegal. I mean illegal. Your Salem witch trials, they was burning witches at the stake. That's to say people that knew this knowledge. A witch doctor was basically a scientist or a doctor of old. A sorcerer, the same thing. They start killing them. From there, those that run the country, they start selling it to y'all. The pharmaceutical company ain't nothing but chemicals merged together to cause an effect that one of the drug mergings together will cause. And that when y'all taking Ozempic and all these different weight gain drugs, there's other effects. It's the old magic. In that case, that would be called your pseudo daemon, meaning your fake ones. But it work just as good. He said, how are they obtaining all these elements? They're pulling it out of the air? Yeah, y'all don't understand science. Atoms are within air. Nitrogen air has nitrogen atoms in it. You can't separate the two. So look at it as different bodies of air. They have different atoms in them. Oxygen has oxygen atoms in it. You get my point? These are like gases. They have to do a different temperature. If you heat the air, you will change the atoms. Different states of air already. From the north, hot air coming in. Mixing and merging airs together is easy. Think like Ninja Turtles with the ooze. And they had like the little oxygen things, like the different gases. And so you get my point? It's really simple. All the airs is around you. But the elements is basically your atoms. And your atoms is in their air. Just like you have cells in there in your body. They make you. Those atoms make that body of air. In ancient Greek, they named those bodies of air. Pluto is plutonium, that atom, or that body of air. You get it? So on and so forth. And so it's simple, but y'all learn these things the wrong way, and then from there, you get it? Let the scrambling of the mind begin when y'all hear it right. And some wisdom, Joseph. Make sure you give back. I believe in balance. This is how I learn my living. And so make sure you give back. My links are in the description whenever you get a chance. Nazi said, cook. I can cook. But more than that, I'm a chemist. Don't with. I don't play with substances, but you get my. When I was young, I don't want to say too much. I have household products that can be merged together and it's almost like child's arts and crafts. Mix this with that and watch what happens. Mix that with that and watch what happens. You get my point? And so, keep mixing peroxide and chloride together and all kind of shit. It's a dangerous practice, but it is what it is. You know natural. Joseph. Now, if you have questions, y'all can ask. About part. I'm only departing because I don't have any more water or juice. And I am already dehydrated. Let's see if I have some. Outer that is. But this thing deep, I'll come and do a second part. Like I fried myself on the beach these last few days. Dehydrated myself or something. My mouth dry. And so, thank you, Joseph. Shalom, shalom. And so I'll come back and do a part two because this goes crazy deep. The southern part, of course, in a rest. Y'all should be able to grasp if you. They're basically taking the crystals or the powder they're extracting from the plant. Whether you're speaking the coca plant and extracting the crystals or the cocaine powder from it by using gas or another chemical. It's the same with the weed plant. They're extracting the crystals or the THC powder by using ethanol or the chemical. There, once dry, they have their powder, meaning THC powder, crystals, and on the cocaine side, cocaine crystals or powder. From there, heat and pressure, something bonded together, like baking soda, alcohol, or another chemical. There you get your glue or your rock. And that y'all smoking crack. THC ain't weed. THC is a powder. That part. White powder. And it has to do with the psychopathy of a person. It's psychoactive. Or just cocaine. That part. Y'all smoking crack. Big Uzi.